He doesn't use any leverage to get through that. That is a heck of an athletic play. Being able to land on your feet, still having your arms extended. That is tremendous, Brian Rizzie.
Dear Lord in heaven, I just want to pray that you give all the blessings that you can rain down from above to Brian Rizzie. Dear Lord, in Jesus' name, thank you for Brian Rizzie for not sending that game into overtime. I really do appreciate that, my Lord. I appreciate you, Brian Rizzie. Much blessings to you, my good sir. Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday. After on God's day of Sunday, you did the Lord's work and you made sure that that game did not go into overtime. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. What's going on with y'all, man? I just had to say a quick prayer right quick. You know what I'm saying, man? Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Trey Talk Saints. I believe this is like the 6th episode, whatever number episode it is. Thank y'all for all the love and support on, this little podcast type of form that I've added to the channel. It's gotten more love than I thought, up to close to 100 views on like the latest one that I posted. All the other ones have been like 70, 50, 60, 70, 80 views. So I really do appreciate that right there. Like I said, it really didn't matter to me how many views that I got on this, how many likes that I got on these. It's just an outlet for me personally and for all the sports fans or Saints fans out there to just get some content out that people that like talking sports. And I love talking sports, dog. So this gives me that opportunity to talk sports with you guys and get stuff off my chest when it comes to this goddamn Saints team. So, as you saw by that clip, shout out Brian Rizzie, bro. He by far had the best game as a Saint in the game against the Giants on Sunday. Beautiful game. Like, he has been having a very good game. Very good games, I just say. Ever since Dennis Allen got fired, it's like a fire lit under him, bro. I don't know what the hell it was, but since Dennis Allen got fired, he has pretty much been the best defensive player on the team, damn near. Like, I think at this point, he has like 8 or 9 sacks on the season. I believe he maybe had like 1 sack yesterday he had 1 sack. I think he did also have 3 or 4 goddamn bat downs at the line of scrimmage, a blocked punt, several pressures. Like, that dude Brian Rizzie was balling out there, for real. So you guys not up to date, with the channel. Left side is where we have illustrations and things of that nature. Right side is where we have the clipboard and going over the topics. At the bottom we got the main title. At the top, Trey Talk Saints. You already know what time it is, man. So what I will get into, I'm not going to recap the Rams game like that. Obviously, I did make a video last week about the Rams and the Saints game. I mean, it really just, I don't know. It really didn't really feel like a game that I needed to post or talk about. But I'll go a little bit into it while we pull up the team stats here. Basically, with this game, what I got from the Rams in the Saints game is the same thing. Regardless of the coach, even though Dennis Allen is a terrible goddamn coach. No matter who the coach is one thing you can say about the Saints. And that thing that you can say about the Saints is that if they go against a team better than them or even with them, they are 9 times out of 10 go lose. You hear me? Like, that's just pretty much what it's going to be. Once again, if they go against a team that is better than them or about even keeled, about the same type of skill level type of sorts, they are going to lose 9 times out of 10. And that's just pretty much what we've seen from this Saints team the past like 3 years with this old aging roster. You know what I'm saying? With, not enough weapons, not enough depth and things of like that. Things of that nature in certain positions. There's not enough depth in a lot of these positions. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough superstars on this team. It's an old aging roster, a lot of injuries and stuff like that too. So we've seen that teams like the Rams, they're not the best team, they're not the worst team. They're a middle of the pack team. we lose to middle of the pack teams. That just is what it is. And then we lose against teams that are above middle to the pack teams. So when you look at a team like the Rams, we had a chance, bro. We had a goddamn chance. You look at the stats, you like, hold up now. The Saints actually had more passing yards? Yeah, surprisingly, yes. You look at the rushing yards. The rushing yards about even, not too much of a difference. Main thing with this game was, unfortunately, in this game, we saw, a beloved player for the Saints over the years get injured, and that's Taysom Hill, out for the season after this game right here. Very unfortunate. Prayers to Taysom Hill. It sucked that he got injured, bro. For a guy like Taysom Hill to go out there and get hurt, man, it sucks for the Saints already, because you losing Rashid Shaheed, you losing Chris Olave, your top 2 receivers. And then now with those 2 guys out, you're pretty much looking at Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill as your top 2 playmakers on offense. Now you take this motherfucker Taysom Hill out the game. It's just Alvin Kamara, bro. He a lonely Nick out there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the whole world, but he a lonely Nick. He a lonely N out there, man. He by himself out there, bro. He is the playmaker for the Saints right now. So it's like, you take Alvin Kamara out the game, you're gonna beat the Saints, bro. Like, you're in me, dog. Like, if it's any good team out there or decent team, you take Kamara out the game, you are going to beat the Saints, because the offense has nothing else at this point. Zero, zilch, nada. And Derek Carr, we'll get back into him a little bit later, but with a quarterback like Derek Carr, for him to play his best, everything has to be perfect. You hear me? We losing offensive linemen. That's not perfect. We losing Kamara. We losing Taysom Hill. That ain't perfect. No Rashid Shaheed, no Olave. That ain't perfect. So what the hell you think this dude Derek Carr gonna do? What he's been doing his whole career? Lose. He's gonna lose, y'all. It is what it is. With all of these injuries, he's not the type of quarterback that's gonna uplift the team. All right, if it's Drew Brees, if it's Tom Brady, if it's Peyton Manning, you hear me? Like, if it's one of those type of players, they can make nothing into something. I saw Drew Brees do that shit a long time, where he didn't have a number 1 superstar receiver. Marcus Colston wasn't considered a superstar. He was considered a very good receiver, but he was not considered a superstar. And Colston, Devery Henderson, and all these other dudes out there, was it Lance Moore? Like, guys like that. I can go and look up other games where he was throwing to no names out there, bruh. Like, dudes that you like, no names. I'm like, who the hell are these dudes out here playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, tight ends I never heard of. Receivers I ain't never heard of. He giving them touchdowns, winning games with them. And that's just what Drew Brees could do. He could make the throws that he needed to make. He set up the players that should have no business making plays. He set them up to make plays. That's not what Derek Carr can do. Derek Carr needs people to set plays up for him. That's just what it is. That's the type of quarterback he is. So, losing Taysom Hill definitely sucks, bro. I wish him the best. He's out for the rest of the season. I believe it says a torn ACL, knee injury. So him at his age, at 32 years old or however old he is not good. It's not good, because his game, his play style is predicated off of running, off of using his legs either on kickoffs, whether it's punts, kickoffs, running back, tight end. Bro, he has to use his legs consistently. And at this age, having that type of injury, bro, I don't know. I don't want to say it's over, but he's probably not going to be the same, y'all. You hear me? He's probably not going to be the same. And for offense is already struggling, without Taysom Hill is going to be even more struggles, as we saw in the Giants game. So against the Rams, just going back over the team stats, man, like, it was almost even everywhere. You look at everywhere, and we even had we had 13 more We had 13 more total plays ran. We sacked them twice. They sacked us 0 times. We had 1 more penalty. You look at these stats, dog, and you like, hold up. And we won the time of possession. We beat them in every stat besides first downs and rushing yards. That's it. That's it, guys. Rushing yards, rushing yards, yards per play, and first downs. We beat them everywhere else. We had more third down conversions, even though they had a better percentage. We had more third down conversions. We had better fourth down efficiency. We had more total plays. We sacked them more. We had more total yards. We had more passing yards. No turnovers for both sides. So it just simply comes down to a couple things. Just missed opportunities. You see 5 for 15. Missed opportunities on third downs consistently. You know what I'm saying? I believe we missed a field goal in the game as well. That's missed points. Derek Carr in the red zone freezing up, throwing balls into the goddamn stands, to the hot dog, to the popcorn man. Good things that we like, that we know or accustomed to see from Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? So that's just really what the game came down to, y'all. Missed opportunities, time after time. Derek Carr missing throws that could have set us up for better results, throwing check downs, throwing hospital balls, just same old stuff from Derek Carr, man. You know what I'm saying? Where we were winning the whole first half. Like, we held them scoreless the whole first half. It was 6-0 in the first half. 6-0. If you just score one touchdown, you score one touchdown in the first half, you probably win the game, because you would at least be going like 13-0 in the half. It may be like 13 or 14-0 going into halftime. And you're like, damn, okay, we up by 2 possessions in the second half. But guess what? They only up by 1 possession, and all the thing that the goddamn Rams had to do was score 1 touchdown, and they got the lead. And that's exactly what happened. It was 6-0 for forever. Rams score a touchdown, they take the lead, and didn't look back since. We was able to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion to end up tying the game up 14-14 at one point, and then they scored another touchdown, and we just could not answer after that. So in a game like this, when you're in control and you got a chance to put your goddamn foot on their throats and finish them off, that's just what you got to do, because the Rams was absolutely terrible the first half. The defense did a great job. I'm not even blaming the defense. The defense held them to 21. We just saw the Rams against the Bills, and the Rams put up 40-something goddamn points. So, defense, I'm not even hard on this game. But offense, you got to score more than 14 points, dog. You should have had 14 points in the first half. Hell, you should have had 20-something points in the first half. So this offense, bro, is just lacking weapons. No Taysom Hill is even worse now. That's pretty much sums up the game right there against the Rams. So going on again, the game against here, what we got against the goddamn Giants. This game right here probably had to be the worst win I've ever seen. I kid y'all not, dog. This is probably the worst game I've ever seen won. Like a winning game. This I can't think of a worse winning game than this. It was just like the Saints had a chance to blow them out, so many opportunities, so many chances, and they just kept on giving Giants life. Stupid play call after stupid play call by Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak is basically like a younger version of Pete Carmichael. That's what he's showing me. We got a little bit more motion and stuff like that with Clint Kubiak, but dog, some of the play calls are just stupid, man. It's just so stupid and predictable. I'm like, dog, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. If Giants had a competent quarterback, they would have beat us. If they would have had Daniel Jones, they would have beat us, man. They would have beat us. because the offense is just out there just pussyfooting, bro. That's what I got. That's all I can say about it. Pussyfooting around. Darren Carr like a deer in the headlights. The dude's scared as hell when they get any type of pressure. He either throwing it out of bounds, throwing it at somebody's feet, or throwing a hospital ball, or throwing a damn checkout. That's what Darren Carr does, man. And I'm just like, dog, I'm getting sick of seeing it, man. Extend the play a little bit longer, man. Make better reads. Step up in the pocket. Read the field. But like, bro, come on, Derek. Like, damn, how many times I got to see this dude get scared and throw a stupid pass away? Or see him get shooken up and get frozen. Throwing near interceptions for no reason. I'm like, man, come on. The Saints should have won this game 30-something to goddamn 10. That should have realistically been the score. But once again, a lack of weapons. Alvin Kamara, a lonely out there. A lonely Nick out there, bruh. A lonely nig out there, dog. That's Alvin Kamara lonely out there. Kendre Miller, I like that Kendre Miller came in and he played pretty good. That was straight. I like seeing Kendre Miller finally back after Dennis Allen put him in the doghouse and put him on injured reserve for no damn reason because he was salty. I do like Kendre Miller and how he performed. So that's going to be some help to Kamara. But it's tough. I can't put it all on Clint Kubiak because he does not have all his weapons. As a matter of fact, he don't got nothing but Kamara out there at his disposal. So it's kind of hard for him to run stuff that he would like to run without his main weapons. It's tough. Rashid Shaheed and Olave being out is tough because he can't give those guys the ball. He can't spread the ball around. Who is he going to draw up plays for on this goddamn team? Alvin Kamara. That's the only player you can realistically say, oh, I'm gonna draw up a play for my playmaker and give him the ball. Kamara, that's it. So I'm not gonna be too hard on Kubiak. I'm just going to be hard on him in the fact where you got to be able to make better adjustments half to half, and you have to have better situational awareness. 3rd and long, running the ball. I mean, yeah, a couple of times Kamara almost made a first down out of it. But, dog, on these 3rd and longs, stop being predictable. Like, start throwing the ball on first down. Instead of running the ball on first down all the time, throw the ball on first down. Do something a little different. Throw it on first down and set us up for a shorter yard to gain marker or something. But you can almost guarantee every time the Saints come out on first down, they go run the damn ball. 2nd down, they'll probably pass it. 3rd down, they'll probably run it again. Come on, man. Come on now. Jake Henry gets down in the game on the 3rd and short. He runs a play action. He gets sacked. Or was it was 2nd and short maybe. He runs out the pocket on a play action bootleg and gets sacked on a 2nd and short. Now we're looking at 3rd and long. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. You look at the stats. The Giants got more yards than us in the rushing, in the passing, and total yards. Yards per play the same. We have more first downs. We had a better percentage from 3rd down. They had a better 4th down efficiency. They ran more plays. Same sacks allowed. They punted the ball more. They had way more penalties. Same amount of turnovers. So you look at this game, dog. Like I said, if they had a competent quarterback, they win. Simple as that. They beat us everywhere when it comes to yardage. They had more plays ran. And if they were a better disciplined team, they beat us as well. Look how many penalty yards they had compared to us. 112 to our 40. So it's like, dog, if this was any other team, I think we probably lose. I'm going to be honest with you. Any other team in the league, I think we lose the game. Straight up 100 with y'all, dog. Any other team in the league, we would lose this damn game. And that's sad, man. That's sad. That shows the state of the Saints, bro. Where we go against a bottom 5 team and we just can't put them away. We just can't put them away, and they just dominated. I mean, they honestly dominated us. They honestly dominated us in the trenches, especially. They didn't have their best D lineman, and their D line was looking pretty slim with a lot of young players in there with no Dexter Lawrence, and we couldn't even run the ball efficiently on them that much, bro. They outran us. We were supposed to have a way better run game. We were supposed to blow them out in terms of running. We couldn't even do that, y'all. Offensive line had a letdown. We was getting Penning was getting his ass tore up. Ruiz was getting tortured. It's tough, man. It's really tough out here, man. Like, this is, like I said, the worst loss that I've ever seen. I just can't think of it. As we go to the stats here with the passing and the rushing, Derek Carr, 219, 1 interception, 1 TD. The interception was just him lollipopping the goddamn ball up to MVS. Had no business throwing. But with Derek Carr, there's a couple things to go get with him when he throws the ball. Either go get it thrown to the stands, you either go get it thrown at somebody's feet, you either go get a hospital ball. You might occasionally get a good deep ball here or there. When everything goes perfect, he'll give you a nice deep ball, or he'll give you a lollipop. That's what you get with Derek Carr, guys. It just is what it is. You look at his stats, you take away the interception, you probably be like, damn, he didn't have that bad of a game. Bro, it's just the same shit with Derek Carr, man. It's the same stuff over and over. He's not gonna do anything to win you the game, but he's not gonna do much to lose you the game. He's gonna do enough to either get you beat in the last seconds or get you beat when it really matters, or do enough for you to barely squeeze it out. If everything is perfect, maybe he'll give you a blowout. But as you see with this team, it ain't perfect. He don't got all his weapons. It ain't looking like it was the first 2 games of the season. So 9 times out of 10, it's either going to be a close game where we barely win, or it's going to be a close game where we barely lose. That's most likely the type of games you're going to see the rest of the season. But speaking of Derek Carr, this may all change because Derek Carr's he's out, bro. Derek Carr's out for the year. Pretty much, I'm assuming, because they did say that the dude fractured something in his hand or his arm. Something with his arm is fractured. And with 4 games left in a year? Is it 3 or 4 games left in the season? I'm pretty sure the guy's done. It's a wrap, dog. So I'm going to show you the clip of what I'm talking about.
Derek Carr, we need you for the rest of this game and for the rest of this season. I love the effort to go after it. I don't know if he comes down. We're waiting to see how he's doing. Did that left arm get tucked underneath? Did he come down and put all his weight on that left arm?
Boy, yeah, I mean, that left arm took the brunt of it.
Guys, listen, I don't know who the hell Derek Carr thought he was, man. I don't know who the hell Derek Carr thought he was, dog. But he decided to try to be Superman and dive over a lot of people and try to get us a first down. You know? I don't know. Derek Carr, y'all, he's just one of those type of quarterbacks, one of those type of dudes where you just look at and you just like, bro, it's just like, what are you doing? That's mainly the Derek Carr experience is just a lot of, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? That's mostly what it is. When he makes throws, when he throws stupid passes, or he does stupid decisions, or he does stuff like this, it's just like, what the hell are you doing, dog? Like, shout out to him for trying to make a good play. I hope he's okay. I hope it's not something too crazy. He heals up perfectly fine. But once I saw him do that and he took off, as soon as he took up off the ground, I said it's not going to end well. I knew it exactly as soon as it happened. I said to myself, as soon as he jumped, I said, yeah, he's going to get hurt. I already knew it, dog. I already knew it. He's already a quarterback that can't take much punishment. So as soon as he did something like that, a daredevil type stunt, a move, I'm like, yeah, he's out of there. Yeah, he's done. You hear me? So, Derek Carr, man, just same old. Now we got to make a decision. Do we want Jake Haener out there or do we want Spencer Rattler out there? I believe with Spencer Rattler, we gave him a pretty good opportunity earlier on in the year when Derek Carr was out. So, I think it's only fair that we give Jake Haener a couple of games to see what he has, see what he could do for the squad. You know, we did see Jake Haener's a little bit better at processing things, getting the ball out quicker, and doing stuff of that nature. He has a little bit athletic upside to him as well. So I say, you know, Jake Haener, we'll try him out for a couple games, see how he does. That's what I feel like is the best course of action. So we'll see how he does in the next upcoming games. You know, so we got the Packers, we have we got the Commanders, then we got the Packers, we got the Raiders, and the Buccaneers. So we got 4 games left. We'll get into the rest of the season a little bit later in the video here about what's coming up next. But with those games there, we should be able to get a good evaluation of what Jake Haener has because, hey, we have 2 NFC contending teams in the Packers and the Commanders that he can actually go out and be some pretty competitive games or against pretty good teams. So we can actually see what type of stuff that this dude's, you know, Jake Haener has under his belt. In terms of rushing yards, I mean, it was just mediocre. 17 carries for 44 yards for Kamara. 2.6 yards per carry, disgusting. 10 carries, 32 yards for Kendre Miller. 3.2 yards per carry, disgusting. Jamal Williams, disgusting. Derek Carr took himself out for the season, most likely Derek Carr did. So, I mean, bro, the running game was supposed to be way better with the type of D-line that the Giants have, but they absolutely dominated us in the trenches, so there you go. That's why the running game look as shitty as it does. Like I said, I did like some of the runs I saw from Kendre Miller. He had some good, tough running, had a touchdown. I did like what I saw out of him, so maybe his role will increase because, by God, don't you know we need as many playmakers as possible. So if Kamara and Kendre Miller, our top 2 playmakers, it is what it is. We got to try to ride them dudes till the wheels fall off. As far as the receiving goes, MVS, another pretty decent game. You know, without him, I just don't know what the hell the offensive weapons on the receiver side will look, bro. The receivers, oh my Lord, it's just Jay Johnson, Foster Moreau. So Juwan Johnson from Foster Moreau, I already told you guys, those are like our second and third options right now when it comes to receivers pretty much. It's Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson. So a pretty good game from Juwan Johnson. Foster Moreau had a pretty, a good couple catches. Kamara with the most catches, he had 5 for 35. So, there's another receiver for us. Cedric Wilson had a pretty good first down he caught. So, I mean, you just look at this, bro, and it's like, damn, dog, without Marquez Valdez-Scantling, this receiving core is absolutely atrocious. Right now, it's just ass. It's ass. But without Marquez Valdez-Scantling, it's shit. You hear me? Straight shit. You hear me? That's just what it is, dog. That's what it is, man. All right? So, once again, shout out to the front office for getting Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Because it'll be so much worse without him. So much worse. So, I mean, it's not much to say. when it comes to the receiving core, we got to ride those 3 guys. Those top 3 guys you see right there, honestly, those top 4. Those top 4 guys you see right there, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Alvin Kamara, those are your 4 receivers. If you're throwing the ball to anybody, it needs to be those 4 dudes right there. Those are the 4 dudes when you step back to make a goddamn pass. Those are the 4 dudes you need to look at and throw the ball to. It is what it is. That's what the Saints got. Those are the 4 Saints top receiving weapons. 2 tight ends, a running back, and a receiver that's only been on the team for 3 goddamn weeks. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's where we at, man. That's unfortunately where we are. Beyond that, I'm not really going to talk about the Giants. You know, I'm not going to talk about them or anything like that. You know, Drew Lock had a decent game. He left a lot of meat on the bone. He had a lot of passes he could have made that could have probably gashed the Saints. Like I said, if it was any other better quarterback, we most likely lose the goddamn game. So Drew Lock missed a lot of opportunities, a lot of stupid decisions, but he also made a lot of big plays in the second half and got them in a chance to actually win. They had a chance to win. They had a chance to take it to overtime or win the game. But defense held strong, and Brian Brzee, God blessed us with a blocked field goal. So even how bad Drew Lock played, he came out in the second half, balled out a little bit, especially in the fourth quarter, and gave them a chance against us, you know, that struggled to try to put them away. So that's pretty much all I got to say about the Giants, really. You know, I mean, Neighbors had a decent game, and Drew Lock was ass in the first half and a little better in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Both teams was equally ass, honestly. But Giants honestly should have won the game. They had a punt return also that was called back because, you know, I think it was like a holding. So that's 7 points that got called back. That 7 points alone win them the game. They had a field goal that they had, you know, they weren't able to kick because there was a penalty. It was something crazy. It was roughing. Yeah, unnecessary roughness on a kickoff. I mean, on the field goal. Unnecessary roughness by the Giants on the field goal attempt. And that set them back 15 yards. And guess what? They had to punt the ball off instead. So that's 3 plus 7. That's 10. That's 10 points off the board right there for the Giants from stupid penalties because they're an undisciplined, bad coach team. So, dog, that's 10 points left off the board from the Giants. That you give them that field goal and you give them that kick, that punt return, game over, they win. So, I honestly, that's why I say this was the most ass win that I've ever seen. Because the Saints should have lost the goddamn game. They should have lost, dog. But defense held strong, and Brian Brzee blocked a field goal. So shout out to the defense. Shout out to Brian Brzee. You know, having a crazy game. I feel like he was the best game out of everybody. Kendre Miller, shout out to him, had a pretty good game in his first game back. Also, a shout out to DeMario Davis. He was almost everywhere delivering big hits. Kool-Aid McKinstry, a little up and down game, but I saw more positive than negative. Him and Malik Neighbors was going at it, and I feel like, you know, if we had to say who had the better game, Malik Neighbors or Kool-Aid, I would say Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid had him in check pretty much all the way into the fourth quarter, where he had a couple of catches. So Kool-Aid McKinstry, you know, this should have been a confidence booster for him of a game, so hopefully he keeps progressing and plays better. But that's pretty much it as far as that game against the Giants go. Once again, worst game that I've ever seen a team win, in my opinion. Straight up ass from both teams. But honestly, I think the Saints were asser. I think they was worser. I'm making up words now. I think they were worse. I think they were asser. You know what I'm saying? I think they were the assiest. You hear me? Like, bro, that just is what it is. But thank the heavens for Brian Brzee for making sure that game didn't go into goddamn overtime. Thank the Lord. So, more things to get into as we get into the draft order right now with the Saints winning. You see 5 and 8, the Saints are drafting number 11. That's not a terrible place to be, but pretty much anywhere higher than that gets into the territory where it's like, like are they really going to get a really good pick that they need? You know what I'm saying? Once you get like up to like 14, 15, 13, once you get to those numbers in the middle of the pack, it's kind of like, damn, are they really going to be able to get a player that's really going to change their life? I believe if you want to change your life in the draft or get a player that's going to turn around the franchise or get a player that's going to really turn stuff around in a positive manner, you need to be drafting in the top 10. That's just me. Maybe top 12. Maybe the top 12. But for sure, once you get outside the top 12, it gets a little grainy. You know what I mean? That just is what it is, dog. And I don't think this is a draft that the Saints really will go out and get a quarterback. I personally just don't think so. With Derek Carr in the books for another season, I just don't think they're going to draft a quarterback. I just don't think so. I think this is a time where you need to go D-line. You need to get you that stud on the edge of the defense that's going to make a difference. You need to get you a pass rusher that's going to be out there and that's going to create havoc every time they're out on the goddamn field. It's about that time. I don't really know any college candidates right now that are very good off the edge. I know there's a guy from Penn State off the edge that I heard good things from. I forgot his name, but that's what you need, dog. You need you a dog that can bend the edge in the run, in the pass, wherever the case may be. You need you a Micah Parsons, a Von Miller, a TJ Watt, a Myles Garrett. You need you a guy on the edge that is going to go absolutely nuts. Even the young guy from the Rams that's been balling out. You know, like a guy like Brian Burns, just anybody like that you can put on the edge and create and cause havoc. That's what this team needs desperately. Desperately, y'all. So that's honestly where I would say they need to go. I say go D-line, get you the best edge rusher in the draft that you can get. And then after that, you can maybe go, I would say maybe go to another receiver or another tight end, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe another safety. Maybe you go corner. You know what I'm saying? The Saints really need everything, y'all. But I feel like D-line, if you can get you a guy that can stuff the middle and a guy to play the edge, I'd say those are two probably the most important. A guy that can stuff the middle of the defense to help Brian Rizzie out. And then also a guy to dominate a lot of attention on the edge are the top two needs for the Saints. After that, you can go anywhere. You can go receiver. You can go safety. You can go offensive line. You can go another running back, another linebacker. I mean, you can really go anywhere after those two positions. But me personally, I want to fortify that D-line because with Brian Rizzie emerging as a star, you got Granderson with a high motor. Find somebody else to put on the other side of Granderson. And then find somebody else to put alongside of Brian Rizzie. You get those two things, the D-line is straight. If you get those two things, you good with the D-line for a minute. You gravy. And then from there, you know, third, fourth, fifth round, wherever, if you got more second rounds, you know, second, third, fourth round, second through 5, I would just say wherever, bruh. Go get you another receiver if you want. Go get you another safety. I feel like those are probably the next two I would go, receiver and safety, because you know, honestly, I don't know, bro. Like Will Harris is okay, and Tyrann Mathieu was aging, so I probably would say safety, and then receiver. You know, Rashid Shaheed always hurt. Olave always hurt. Those are two smaller, fragile guys. Go get you a all-purpose receiver, bro. Get you a nice 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" receiver that can do it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. And then get you maybe another offensive line. Get you another left or right guard, bro. You desperately need new guards. And the left and right tackle, you maybe can work with, Fuaga and Pending. They could probably be okay for your tackle staple. But I feel like you need to go out and get you another set of guards. Know what I'm saying? So with what the Saints are drafting right now, I feel like, I don't know. I never want a team to tank. I don't want to see my team losing. I just don't want to see my team losing, y'all. I just hate seeing them lose. But in all reality, the only way the Saints are making the playoffs is if they win all 4 of their next games. That's the only way that they will have a chance. It's not even a guarantee, because the Buccaneers are already at 7 wins. The Falcons are at 6 wins, and they're falling down the hill, so we can maybe catch the Falcons. But to win this division, you may be able to win this division with 9 wins. So I believe the Buccaneers will for sure get 9 wins. I honestly, in my heart and soul, I believe the Buccaneers will get 9 wins. If the Saints get 9 wins and tie them, it's going to be a tiebreaker scenario, because that means that they both would have beat each other one time. So they would have had to go out and see, okay, who has the better division record? And I believe that the Buccaneers will have that, because the Buccaneers beat the Panthers twice, or they got to play the Panthers again. So maybe they lose against the Panthers. Who knows? Because the Panthers are playing better. All I got to say is, the only way the Saints have a chance to make the playoffs is if they win all 4 games. They will have to beat the Commanders, they will have to beat the Packers, the Raiders, and the Buccaneers. 3 of those games they can lose. They can lose against the Packers, of course. They can lose against the Commanders, of course. They can lose against the Buccaneers, of course. They already did that. They can beat the Raiders, yeah. So it's almost 99% that they're not going to win all 4 games. So at this point, I would just say, hey, if they lose more than they win, I'm fine with it. Let us secure that top 10 pick. Go ahead, win maybe 6 games. If you go out and win just 6, win 1 more game, then hey, that means that you get a top 10 pick, and hey, we may be able to get us a player that really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I'm thinking, guys. This is what I'm thinking about the draft order, with the draft picks, who they should draft, and, the draft order and what I feel like they should do. I know Coach Rizzie is an interim, so he's not going to lay down. He's going to go out and try to win as many games as he can to try to solidify a spot as being a head coach in this league. I'm sure that's what he wants. And winning all 4 games will actually make it to where he may be strongly considered. But if it's what I'm thinking and they just come out and win 1 or 2 more games, then, obviously there's probably going to be a new head coach. So let me know what you guys think about the Saints right now, the draft order, what you guys think about the team overall with all the injuries, who you guys think should start at quarterback out of Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener now, since Carr is probably done for the season. What do you think the Saints should do in terms of winning and losing games? Should they be tanking? Should they go out and try to win as much as possible and try to make the playoffs? Because even if they do make the playoffs, they're getting their ass bounced out the first round. Like, just let me know, guys, if you're a Saints fan out there, what you think about the overall state of the Saints right now. But hey, that's pretty much it for the video. I talked about all that I wanted to talk about with this team. Went over the Giants game, went over the last week's game against the Rams, talked about Derek Carr, talked about Taysom Hill, their injuries, talked about the draft order, who they should go out and draft, talked about how bad of a team we are right now, gave a couple of shout-outs to players that really deserve it. Once again, shout out Brian Rizzie. He was the player of the goddamn game for a lot of damn reasons, just for being a pest in the backfield of the quarterback, making plays in the run game and sacking the quarterback and getting pressures. and as well blocking the field goal attempt to send it into overtime. So shout out to Brian Brzee, bro. But beyond that, also let me know what you guys think should happen with Darren Rizzie in terms of his coaching. What do you think should happen for him to be strongly considered? Does he need to win all 4 games? And Clint Kubiak, do you guys think he should completely be gone after this year? Let me know about those things as well. But until next time, y'all stay blessed. Be easy. And who dat?